provision of funds from the contingency fund or any other vote for emergencies to stabilize, first of all, to stabilize and or flatten the remaining mountains of garbage at Kiteezi to avert a reoccurrence of another episode of garbage slides. Our technical team has already alerted us about an imminent danger because of the visible cracks in those garbage mountains. Our team has already cited cracks in the remaining mountains. So we are worried about an impending calamity. One of the immediate and quick interventions we need to make is to stabilize the remaining garbage mountains. They must be flattened as soon as practicable. 2, adequately compensate the victims of Kiteezi waste slides for loss of life, property, and any other injuries or damages occasioned to the waste, to them. These are demands, the interventions we are suggesting were put on table, which we are presenting to the Prime Minister, I need to remind you, and to Cabinet, which is going to sit on Monday. There should be a provision for adequate compensation for the life lost, and as well as injuries occasioned to the affected families. Number 3, should be funds to facilitate emergency operations required at Nkumba Katabi dump site, where kcca has been granted a temporary permit for garbage disposal, which include the following. This is what we need to do at the dumping site. Grading of the road to and from the dump site. That is from Kasenyi to Nkumba. You enter from Kasenyi and exit from Nkumba. Provision of water bowser, provision of water bowser to regularly water the road and prevent dust pollution. Deployment of excavators and graders to the dumping site to manage waste disposal. Construction of a stronger concrete embankment to prevent garbage and effluent getting into, and leachate in the form of leachate, effluent in the form of leachate to stop it from contaminating Lake Victoria. Construction of a soak pit for leachate absorption. We are also putting on table an intervention or a proposal to acquire another piece of land within 20 kilometers from Kampala that can be used as an alternative temporary dump site, since the 14-acre Nkumba Katabi dump site is already overwhelmed. Another proposal is that as part of the resettlement plan, government should construct decent accommodation for the victims on part of the kcca Dundu land, amongst others. Yesterday, the Prime Minister talked about this proposal. Of course, we generated it here in the Cabinet, in SEC on Wednesday. But ours is, we should carve off part of the 136-acre land at Kiteezi, at Dundu rather. We should carve off part of the 136-acre land at Dundu for the purpose of resettling the affected families at Kiteezi. And the government should immediately provide the funds for construction of housing units at that land in form of swapping, because the people who are affected in Kiteezi have their own land there. So we can do a swapping and construct housing units, ourselves constructing housing units for them at Kiteezi. And our suggestion is at Dundu, since it's 136 acres, and Dundu at Kiteezi we have been having 36 acres with an extension of making it 40. So basically, we find this quite feasible and tenable, and this should be implemented immediately with the funds from the contingency fund. Government should investigate and bring to book or prosecute particular individuals within kcca who are directly responsible for this catastrophe, particularly in regard to misappropriation and squandering of the Uganda shillings 4.18 billion annual allocation meant for the maintenance of Kiteezi dump site. We have already made a statement on this in this particular press briefing we are making. We have given you facts. Annually, we have been spending 4.1 billion, which has been misappropriated. And the people who have misappropriated it are within KCCA here. So we are saying they shouldn't be part of the team that is looking for a solution, because they are the very people who are responsible for this mess. You can't be the one who created the mess and the one who is. No, we can't use the same ideas of those individuals who created this mess to be the same people at the forefront of seeking for solutions to the mess that was created. We are saying they should step aside, they should be investigated, and they should be prosecuted. Because this is not only criminal negligence, but fraud, which must not go unpunished. We are saying action should be taken immediately. And we are wondering what General Museveni is waiting for. 7 days, a week after this catastrophic incident, claiming over 30 lives. And no one has been interdicted, no one has been prosecuted, no one is investigated. Which country is this? So they want to suggest that no one is responsible for this. We are quite appalled by the state of affairs. And it's the reason we are making this position that once they go to cabinet on Monday, this should be one of the decisions they are taking, to have some heads must roll. Heads must roll. Personally, and all of us here, we are tired of this blanket accusation. We are tired. We are innocent. We have been at the forefront to address the crisis, to stave off the crisis, the catastrophe. And there are some people who are big-headed, who could not listen to us, and who are profiteering and cashing from this mess at Kiteezi. We feel cheated and unjustly treated to remain with the same people within this institution as if nothing happened.